Hey guys, welcome back to the BuzWeaver channel. And in our top stories today from Fox News, Mexican woman in U.S. illegally charged with faking her own ICE kidnapping. The real cost of a fraud like this is the amount of fentanyl not seized, predators not removed, Department of Homeland Security officials says. Quite interesting. A Mexican illegal alien living in Los Angeles was charged with orchestrating her own ICE kidnapping to generate sympathy and solicit donations, the Justice Department announced Thursday. Yuriana Calderon, 41, a resident of South Los Angeles, was charged with conspiracy and making false statements to federal officers, the Department of Justice said. Calderon had been living in the U.S. based on a federal law enforcement parole that expired in 2023. She is in federal custody after she allegedly faked her kidnapping. Ladies and gentlemen, here is our faked person. They said something about that they wouldn't have left a necklace on if they had taken official photos. She took off the shoelaces on her shoes apparently, but they would have also removed her necklace had it been genuine. So let's see what they're saying here at Fox News.
Let's bring in board-certified medical doctor 𝐀𝐦𝐚𝐳𝐬𝐿 and Fix California senior advisor, political analyst, and attorney 𝐀𝐻𝐬𝐧. Thank you both for coming on. Dr. 𝐀𝐻, to you first. The DHS press release is pretty simple. It says the following: the Department of Homeland Security announced that Immigration and Customs Enforcement officials are facing an 830% increase in assaults from January 21st to July 14th compared with the same period in 2024. It was 700%.
All right, so somewhere in there, there was just them covering this information, of course. Now, I can try to look for it real quick.
Sent up. Nobody thought it could go up. Right. Very clearly.
This looks like it's just general information.
Because
I could have swore it had it in there, but you guys get the idea. So they're just talking about the immigration situation in general. But, yeah, so faking and staging these things is not uncommon because we're seeing a lot of the outrage in general. But here she is. They saw her on surveillance and so forth because she was supposed to be missing, and they were looking for her, yet she was out on surveillance. Here she was again on surveillance again after allegedly saying she was being detained by ICE. And so it is quite fascinating how these things are proceeding. But this is kind of the center of attention across our nation. And then, of course, here we have from America AF, liberals in Los Angeles shave their heads to protest El Salvador prison. So they're kind of remaking the prison there in El Salvador. I'm not going to play it because this guy starts wailing and screaming, and there's things about Trump on the back of here, and this is all orchestrated again. This is all theater, political theater to draw emotion because, of course, when it comes to human beings, we remember things that are painful, sexual, and humorous. But it's always about we remember things that, you know, when people say things, we always remember how it made us feel. We don't necessarily remember the specific details in some situations. Now we remember some things, but in most cases it is come down to the emotional reaction, and this is what they're trying to do here. But I also wanted to share this from Pramila Jayapal here from Libs of TikTok. This was fascinating. So she's essentially basically saying that these illegals are getting SNAP or other benefits. It's extraordinary.
Yesterday, I was at a food bank in my district talking about the SNAP cuts, the horrible SNAP cuts and Medicaid cuts. And they told me that people are not even showing up to Head Start where they get their food. They're not showing up to the food banks because they're afraid. And it's not just undocumented immigrants. It is people of all legal statuses.
There she said it. There she said it. She basically just came out and said it. You know, it's extraordinary. They say these things, and it's like they just say it out loud and not realize. I think after the fact she said it, then she realized, well, maybe I shouldn't have said it.
Not just undocumented immigrants. It is people of all legal statuses. It's undocumented immigrants who have been here for 20 years. Yesterday, I was at a food bank in my district.
I see. They may have done a little bit of a jump cut there, too. But she wanted to emphasize it. She had to go back and then emphasize that these were people that have been here for 20 years to indicate that these are people that have not been in trouble or have not committed crimes and so forth. And that's understandable. But I just thought it was interesting because this was a big topic of discussion as well as to these individuals receiving benefits. And she just basically came out and confirmed it. So this makes it a standing point here. Across, you know, what we have talked about here on the BuzWeaver channel or individuals that have engaged me in comments and other places across social media. But it is kind of extraordinary now that we've seen this in like this particular individual here who was faking this situation. So we're seeing a lot of interesting things happen. But at the end of the day, it always seems as Trump Trump always ends up winning in these particular situations. You win some, you lose some, but he's mostly winning a lot of them. Of course, the Epstein thing is still hanging over his head, but he's still pressing on. He's still moving forward. And on the shorts on the channel, you can see that when CNN, Harry Enton, did the polling, it seems as though a lot of the people in the GOP or on the right aren't particularly interested in things that are going on with Epstein. So, but you guys will let me know down in the comments. What do you think about individuals faking their arrest and suggesting that they've been kidnapped by ICE? You guys let me know what your thoughts are down there below. But I do want to thank all you guys across NewTek, BitChute, Rumble, and Odyssey for your guys' continued support. And, of course, everyone here on YouTube. Below this video, you can find the various social media links as well as affiliate marketings. You can take advantage of that. But you can help out the channel, guys, just by simply liking and commenting down in the published section, in the comment section. I don't know why I always call it that. But nonetheless, thank you so much for your continued support. Appearing there on the screen, that'll be the channel icon. You guys can click on that to subscribe, as well as a select notification. That way you know when there's content here on the channel. And I'll see all you guys in the next video.